what's going on, my friends? So this is a remake video because the last time I did this video, apparently I wasn't recording half the time. I only got 3 minutes of footage. So here we are on the 84 Honda Sabre V65 1100 VF1100S, and we're putting it through its paces. She sat too much this season and now has a dead spot right around 4, which is super annoying. So the last time I went and put fresh gas in it, you know, I took you guys along for the ride, and then we went out and put her through her paces. But now, here we are, doing it again because I didn't get it on video. Unfortunately, I think the GoPro had died. So anyway, she still has that dead spot. So the last time I ranted and raved and talked about how you should always check your tire pressures because I hadn't done it, and I think I had flat spots on the tires. So when you leave your bike sit, make sure it's on the center stand, or you move it around a good bit. So this is what we do in Lancaster County. We've got these tractors on the roads, you got buggies, you got Amish. It's fun to dodge all these things. So now it's 20 degrees cooler than a couple days ago, and I'm out here trying to work this gas through the bike. Yeah, that bog right there. I don't know what the best way to do is. Just sit on that spot and just rev it? I don't know. I don't like that spot. But now, this time, even though the tires are cold, I can tell we don't have as much of a dead spot. It's not vibrating. Like before, the tires weren't that off. They weren't. I put air in them and checked them, and they weren't that bad. We are still working with the dead spot though. If you guys don't remember this bike, I bought it running and riding and basically have done nothing to it except for fixing the times I've wrecked it. This guy's not going too slow, but it's definitely not helping me on my cruise here. I don't know if I should, like, I don't want to have to open the bowls. That might be what we do on this. Drop the bowls off the carburetors. Maybe if we figure out which one's dirty, hopefully not all 4, we can just do one. If I can check the exhaust, there's 2 exhausts on the back, and I could limit it to one of the sides. It's right at 4,000 RPMs. It's very weird. It seems like you put open exhaust on it and didn't rejet it. Like it's just craving that fuel right there. So anyway, I put non-ethanol fuel, filled her up, and she's running great. I should have let him get a little bit ahead of me. First gear's fine. Let's see if I just hover at 4. Yeah, it's fine if you just kind of lightly go through the area. Oh, it's also very windy today, and it even blows around this heavy old Sabre. It's probably a 600-pound bike with 121 horsepower. Guys, if you're gonna jump on this is like a sleeper bike. Like, it'll scare you. So let's just say your friend has an 1100 Sabre and you're used to riding a 750 Magna, which, don't get me wrong, is incredibly fast and capable for a cruiser bike. And then you go and get on this bike, you can ride it below 4,000 RPMs all day. It's got so much torque that I was able to ride it in 3rd gear when I busted it up. So I did ride it and take off in 3rd gear, and it did just fine. So incredibly torquey. But when you get up above 4,000 RPMs, this bike comes alive and it kicks your butt. It's incredibly awesome. Ooh, do you hear her? Oh, the other thing I complained about that entire trip, which you probably don't care because it's not valid anymore, I gotta turn this thing around, is I had the idle set super high. So when this thing, whoever routed the accelerator cables, they must pull, I gotta look into that sometime. When you go the whole way to the left, the bike revs. Alright, let's keep it in third. See if, let's drop down. I think by riding this, we could get rid of that dead spot, I hope. Like I said, I don't want to. I put some cleaner in the gas tank too. I don't want to have to tear it apart. This bike's been religiously good. Religiously happy. Very, very nice to me. As long as the GoPro doesn't die, we're good. The one thing, as you saw in the previous videos, I was working on the 81 CB900C. The one thing about these old Hondas, 80s technology in braking wasn't the best. So if you're used to like 2000s, and 90s wasn't great either. In the 90s, I feel like everyone started cutting corners and lowering costs. So this bike has dual piston, dual brakes on the front, and then in the rear we don't have a drum, we have one disc. So it should be it's the best for 1984. Have disc brakes all around. But in the 90s, they stuck with drum brakes on the rear for everything. Probably not gold wings, I don't know. Just kind of did single-sided front brakes and just kind of kept it cheap. And they shared parts with the Magna and the Sabre and the Rebel probably. Yeah, I just feel like riding this, it's such a cool, fun bike. If you ever get a chance to ride a big Sabre, 121 horsepower, she moves, like I said. Get her up in the upper echelon. This has a 10,000 RPM redline, which I know sounds really tiny and weak, but it takes a lot to get up there. This dead spot killing me. But she needs ridden. And I guess rush hour wasn't the best time to come out and ride this thing. I'll keep riding it until I don't notice that, and then, I don't know. We gotta do something else with it. I can't have bikes sitting like that. Gotta be more resourceful and careful with my babies. We were riding the Magna too much. Alright guys, so before this GoPro dies on me again, I'm gonna say my goodbyes. And we're gonna get out, and we're going to run this thing hard. See if I can get this spot worked out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Get out and ride. Get out and ride and enjoy all the scenery. There are so many bugs on my helmet. I really got to clean up my visor. But yeah, I guess, what else did I talk about? This bike had all the gadgets and gizmos. I'm sure the Goldwing had more. But we have a temp gauge for the engine. We have a clock. We have a gas gauge. We have an RPM gauge, which we do not have on cheaper bikes sometimes. We have a gear positioner. I know you can't really read this. It's been sun-baked and dried. And we also have a speedo that doesn't work. I'm sorry, I wrecked it. And I blew that part apart. She's a good sounding old bike. You have to be deliberate in your shifts. It's not a quick shift and it's not a new bike. But the clutch is good. And she feels way better than the last time I rode her. See? Deliberate in your shifts. Yeah, she's fast. Not sport like fast, but she's capable and comfortable and happy to get out and ride. These handlebars, by the way, I've told you before, they're from like a 85 Sabre V45. It's a Sabre 700. When I wrecked this, I bent the original handlebars, so I had to find something to replace it, and I figured a little Sabre would be just right. And actually, they fit so much better. They're more comfortable. I love them. I really do. Come on, clean yourself out there, old Sabre girl. Clean yourself out. Rush hour was not the time to do this. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Get out and ride.